You think you're ready for your flight? Boarding pass in hand, bag under the weight limit, security line moving fast. Then suddenly, an officer steps forward and says, "Sir, I need to check your phone." Your heart skips a beat. Because now it's not just about liquids, laptops, or belts. It's about your private messages, your photos, your digital life. Here's what most travelers don't realize. The moment you step into an American airport, two different agencies are watching you, and only one of them has the power to dig deep into your phone. In 2024, more than 35,000 travelers had their devices searched. Not criminals, not flagged suspects, just ordinary people. Some lost their flights. Others lost their visas. And a few? They lost their freedom to travel altogether. If you're carrying a smartphone, you're carrying evidence. And unless you know what to delete, when to delete it, and who actually has the right to inspect it, your next trip could take a turn you never saw coming. So before your next flight, listen closely. Because what you're about to hear could save you hours of interrogation, missed connections, and a lifetime of digital regret. Let's start with the truth most travelers don't know. Who really has the power? TSA or CBP? Chapter 1. TSA versus CBP. Who really has the power? If you've ever worried that the TSA might scroll through your private messages while you're waiting in line at the airport, you're not alone. But here's the truth. And it's one most travelers don't actually know. TSA agents, the ones in blue uniforms, have no legal right to go through your phone. Their job is limited to one thing: screening for physical threats, weapons, explosives, or anything that could endanger a flight. That's it. They're all about safety screening, not snooping. But once you cross into the Customs and Border Protection Zone, everything changes. CBP officers, the ones wearing brown or tan uniforms, operate under border security laws, not airport safety rules. And under those laws, they can legally demand that you unlock your phone, copy your data, and even review your social media accounts. All without a warrant or specific suspicion. Let that sink in for a second. You could be an ordinary traveler, flying home from vacation, and still be asked to hand over your phone. No warning, no explanation. In 2024 alone, more than 35,000 travelers' devices were searched at U.S. borders, and most of those people weren't criminals or flagged individuals. They were regular students, tourists, and business travelers. This distinction, TSA versus CBP, is where most people get confused. TSA handles what's in your bag. CBP handles what's in your digital life. And once you understand who has the real power, you realize how quickly a normal trip can take a serious turn. Because when a phone inspection starts, it's no longer just about what's in your suitcase. It's about what your device says about you. And that's where stories get personal. Chapter 2. Real stories that shocked travelers. These aren't rare horror stories. They're real cases, and they could happen to anyone. Take the Brazilian engineer detained in Miami in 2024. He had photos from a nuclear facility he'd visited for work. Perfectly legal, perfectly professional. But to border agents, those images looked suspicious. He was pulled aside, questioned for 8 straight hours, missed his connecting flight, and nearly lost his visa, all because of work photos saved on his phone. Then there's the Colombian influencer, 500,000 followers traveling to Los Angeles for a collaboration. Agents spent 6 hours grilling her about memes she had posted criticizing immigration policies. Her posts were labeled anti-American. Just like that, a few memes nearly ended her trip before it began. And a Canadian traveler was held for 5 hours in Detroit over a group chat called Lost Compass 420. It was just a fantasy football league, but to officers, that 420 looked like a reference to marijuana. He had to explain message by message before they realized the mistake. These are the kinds of mix-ups that turn vacations into nightmares. According to the ACLU, 65% of device inspections in 2024 involved ordinary travelers, not flagged suspects. That means your phone, with all its private chats, group names, and photos, can trigger scrutiny even when you've done absolutely nothing wrong. A joke, a meme, even a contact nickname could derail your entire trip. So before you think, that could never happen to me, remember, none of them expected it either. Have you ever been randomly pulled aside at airport security? What happened? Drop your story in the comments. You might help someone avoid the same experience. Chapter 3. Why I Have Nothing to Hide is dangerous. Many travelers say it, I have nothing to hide. It sounds reasonable, until you realize how airport digital inspections actually work. Border agents and AI systems don't just look for illegal files. They analyze behavior, your tone in messages, the kinds of keywords you use, even the timing of what you delete. It's less about what you did, and more about what your digital pattern suggests. A Harvard-based study found that 73% of travelers flagged for digital inspection didn't even remember having the content that caused suspicion. Sometimes it was an old meme, a forgotten download, or an archived chat buried deep in storage. And here's the part that shocks most people. Deleting things right before your flight can make you look more suspicious, not less. Airport forensic tools can detect recent deletions and interpret them as data tampering. There's a documented case of a lawyer who deleted old university protest photos just before traveling, thinking she was being careful. Instead, CBP flagged the deletions, detained her for 12 hours, and nearly revoked her work visa. So the danger isn't about having something to hide, it's about how your actions are interpreted. Your phone tells a digital story, and every message, photo, and deletion adds to that narrative. That's why preparation and timing matter far more than panic cleaning before takeoff. Because at the border, your phone doesn't just show your apps. It shows your intent, your behavior, and your digital fingerprint. And that's what border AI is learning to read. It's not about guilt. It's about being smart, calm, and prepared before you ever step into that security line. Chapter 4. 5. Things you must delete before you fly. Let's get practical. What exactly should you delete before your next flight? Now, this isn't about hiding anything illegal. It's about removing content that can be easily misunderstood by people or algorithms that don't know your context. Here are the 5 things every smart traveler should clear out, carefully and early. 1. Political or government conversations. Even private jokes or harmless debates about governments, policies, or social movements can be twisted out of context. Border agents, especially under AI-assisted review, can misread sarcasm or humor as anti-national sentiment. Keep your digital footprint neutral. The fewer controversial topics your phone holds, the smoother your inspection will go. 2. Wild or party photos. That group photo from a wild night in Ibiza might seem innocent, but to an officer reviewing your gallery, it could signal reckless behavior. Anything linked to alcohol, nightlife, or restricted locations can be misread as irresponsible or unsafe. Archive them to the cloud at home, and leave only clean, travel-related photos on your device. 3. Sensitive work files. If your job involves technical data, maps, or research material, especially related to energy, defense, or government, back it up securely and remove it from your phone. To security systems, complex diagrams or facility photos often look like security risks. Even a harmless spreadsheet can raise questions if it references sensitive keywords. 4. Certain dating apps, cryptocurrency wallets, or encrypted messengers might not be illegal, but they do spark curiosity. A dating app can lead to uncomfortable questions about personal behavior. Crypto apps can trigger financial scrutiny. And encrypted chat tools like Signal or Telegram might appear secretive. If you don't absolutely need them for your trip, remove them or move them to a secondary device. 5. Contacts and nicknames. Yes, even your contacts list can cause issues. AI scanners can misinterpret slang, emojis, or coded names like Boss420 or Hitman as red flags. Clean up your contact names and avoid inside jokes or coded tags that could be taken literally. Remember, none of these things are illegal, but every one of them can be misunderstood in the wrong hands. Pause for a second. Which of these 5 do you have on your phone right now? Tell us below and see how many of your fellow travelers are in the same boat. Chapter 5. The Smart Traveler's Digital Defense Plan. Now that you know what to delete, let's talk about how to protect what remains. Smart travelers, journalists, diplomats, even business executives follow a simple digital defense plan before every international trip. Here's how it works. Step 1. 14 days before your flight. Create an encrypted backup using Google Drive, iCloud, or Proton Drive. Lock it behind two-factor authentication. This ensures that no matter what happens, your private data is safe and recoverable. Step 2. Factory reset, then reinstall only essentials. Once backed up, reset your phone to factory settings. Then, reinstall only what you truly need. Airline apps, hotel reservations, offline maps, emergency contacts. Every unnecessary app increases your exposure. Step 3. Use a travel phone or guest profile. Consider using a travel-only device, a low-cost smartphone just for trips. If that's not possible, create a guest profile or secondary user on your phone to isolate personal data from travel-related information. Step 4. Separate work and personal data. Keep your work documents and personal content apart, preferably in encrypted folders or separate user accounts. That way, if one section is inspected, the rest stays private. Step 5. Strengthen your locks. Use both biometric and PIN protection, a dual layer that keeps your data safe even under pressure. And one critical note: disable Face Unlock before you travel. In certain situations, officers can physically hold your phone to your face, but they cannot compel you to share a password. Pro tip: some seasoned journalists carry a digital decoy phone, one that looks real but holds only neutral data, news apps, maps, music, and public information. It satisfies inspection curiosity while protecting your real device back home. Always remember, this isn't about avoiding lawful inspection. It's about managing your privacy smartly, with preparation instead of panic. Chapter 6. The AI that's watching. Think airport screening is just about X-ray machines and metal detectors? Think again. Today, artificial intelligence quietly monitors how you use your device, not just what's on it. CBP and airport security teams are testing systems that can detect how often you unlock your phone, the rhythm of your typing, which apps you open most frequently, and even signals from your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections near checkpoints. In pilot programs, these systems can scan nearby devices, sometimes without ever touching them. They identify patterns, connections, and anomalies that flag certain travelers for extra screening. And by 2026, regulations may allow CBP to review linked cloud backups for national security purposes. That means even a wiped phone could still expose your online data if your accounts remain synced. But there's good news. The same technology can protect you. Encrypted messaging, VPN firewalls, and offline travel modes in both Android and iOS can shield your digital footprint. The key isn't hiding, it's staying one digital step ahead. Because in 2025 and beyond, travel privacy is less about what you carry and more about how your technology behaves. Chapter 7. Step-by-step 30-day privacy prep plan. Let's make it simple. A 30-day travel privacy checklist you can follow before every international flight. 30 days before, start your digital cleanup slowly. Use secure deletion tools like Cleaner or Signal's disappearing messages. Gradual deletion looks natural. Last-minute mass deletions can look suspicious. 15 days before, prepare a travel-only device or profile. Load only your itinerary, offline maps, and the few essential apps you truly need. 3 days before, disable Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and NFC. Unlink personal accounts. No social media, no banking apps. And make sure your battery is fully charged. An unresponsive or powered-off device can raise eyebrows during inspection. At the airport, stay calm. Identify who's speaking to you. If it's TSA, remember they can't demand access to your phone. If it's CBP, be polite but informed. Ask clearly, am I legally required to unlock my device? Sometimes that question alone changes the tone of the inspection. After travel, change every password. Enable two-factor authentication on all accounts and monitor for any unusual login activity. Would you carry a separate travel phone after learning all this? Drop your answer below. Your response might inspire someone else to do the same. Bonus chapter, The Insider Trick. Digital Decoy Setup. Here's an advanced privacy tip used by international journalists and corporate travelers alike. The digital decoy setup. Create a secondary user profile or dummy partition on your device. Fill it with neutral, harmless apps, music, news, weather, notes. When officers inspect it, they'll find nothing unusual, nothing secretive. Just a normal, everyday traveler's phone. Meanwhile, your real data stays encrypted and hidden behind another user profile or storage layer. The purpose isn't deception, it's control. Because privacy isn't about secrecy. It's about deciding what you share and when, on your terms, not under pressure. Stay informed, stay confident. So here's the bottom line. Your phone tells your story. Every app, every chat, every click. Make sure it's the story you want border officers to read. You don't need to travel in fear. You just need to travel informed, with preparation, awareness, and confidence. If this video helped you understand the truth about digital privacy while flying, hit subscribe to Miles and Hacks, your weekly guide to smarter, safer travel. Share this video with a friend or family member who's flying soon. It could save them hours of interrogation and stress. Because in today's world, smart travel starts with smart privacy. And you'll always find both right here on Miles and Hacks.